The drama in Atlanta just exploded, literally. Imagine walking into a nightclub expecting a normal night out, and instead, you're caught in the middle of one of the wildest, most brutal scenes the love and hip-hop world has ever witnessed. That's exactly what went down when Bambi, already dealing with the pain of her breakup from Lil Scrappy, found herself face-to-face with Scrappy's brand-new girlfriend. What started as shade, whispers, and dirty looks quickly escalated into chaos. Shouting, bottles flying, security rushing in, and Bambi left the club not only bruised but humiliated in front of everyone watching. The shocking part? Cameras were rolling. Yes, footage from the night has already leaked online, and the internet is tearing Bambi apart. Some say she brought the fight on herself. Others claim Scrappy's new girl crossed the line, but one thing is certain. This messy love triangle just turned into a full-blown war. Fans can't believe what they've seen, and the comments are brutal. Accusations, insults, and endless debates about who's really to blame. But what really caused this explosive confrontation? Was Bambi set up? Did Scrappy's new girlfriend intentionally push her over the edge? Or is this just the beginning of an even bigger feud that will shake Atlanta to its core? Stay tuned, because what happened inside that club is just the tip of the iceberg. Atlanta nightlife has always been a hotbed for celebrity drama, but what unfolded this past weekend shocked even the most seasoned insiders. Bambi, once the queen of composure and one of the standout stars of love and hip-hop Atlanta, found herself at the center of a violent, chaotic nightclub brawl that left her humiliated, dragged across the floor, and splashed across every gossip blog within hours. But this wasn't just a random altercation. It was a face-to-face confrontation with none other than Lil Scrappy's brand new girlfriend. To understand how things escalated so quickly, we have to rewind the story. Bambi and Scrappy's relationship has always been explosive. From the early days of love and hip-hop, their romance was a mix of passion, betrayal, and endless arguments. They shared love, children, and countless on-camera meltdowns. And when their marriage began to fall apart, fans weren't surprised, though many still rooted for them to somehow find their way back. But when Scrappy officially moved on and introduced his new girlfriend into the picture, everything shifted. Suddenly, Bambi wasn't just dealing with the pain of a broken marriage, she was watching another woman step into her place. For Bambi, who had sacrificed so much and endured years of public humiliation in her relationship with Scrappy, the idea of him flaunting a new woman so soon felt like a knife to the chest. Insiders say she tried to keep her cool publicly, but behind closed doors, the bitterness was real. So when Bambi walked into that Atlanta nightclub, she didn't expect to see Scrappy's new flame posted up like she owned the place. Witnesses claim the tension was thick from the moment Bambi arrived. Scrappy's girlfriend, confident, bold, and clearly aware of who was watching, allegedly threw shade with her body language. The stares, the smirks, the whispers, it was all intentional. And Bambi, already on edge, wasn't about to let the disrespect slide. At first, it was verbal. According to eyewitnesses, the two exchanged words near the VIP section. Drinks were flowing, the music was loud, and yet everyone around them could feel the sparks of hostility. Bambi reportedly accused the new girlfriend of being a replacement and a wannabe, while Scrappy's girlfriend allegedly fired back with cutting insults, calling Bambi washed up and mocking her failed marriage. Security tried to diffuse the tension, but by then it was too late. The shouting escalated into shoving, and within seconds, the two women were locked in a physical altercation that stunned everyone watching. Drinks were spilled, tables toppled, and the crowd scrambled as security guards rushed in, but not before several onlookers caught everything on their phones. The footage that leaked online just hours later shows Bambi being dragged across the floor, her hair pulled viciously, as security desperately tried to separate the two women. The clips went viral almost instantly, sparking a social media firestorm. Fans couldn't believe their eyes. Bambi, once seen as tough and untouchable, was now trending for being humiliated in front of an entire club. The internet reaction was brutal. Memes popped up within minutes, mocking Bambi's downfall. Twitter. Threads dissected every frame of the leaked video, with some fans cheering for Scrappy's new girlfriend and others defending Bambi for standing her ground. But the overwhelming narrative painted Bambi as the loser in this battle, with countless commenters dragging her for letting her emotions get the best of her. One viral comment read, "Bambi had years to secure her place. Now she's fighting. In clubs over Scrappy like a teenager. Embarrassing." Another said, "This is what happens when you don't let go. She should have walked away with dignity." But not everyone was against her. Some fans sympathized with Bambi, pointing out that her anger came from years of pain and betrayal. They argued that anyone in her position, seeing their ex flaunt a new relationship so soon, might have snapped under the same pressure. "Don't act like y'all wouldn't react if your ex brought a new girl to your spot and had her throwing shade all night," one supporter wrote. The club fight wasn't just about two women clashing. It was about unresolved emotions, jealousy, and a love story that ended in heartbreak. For years, Bambi gave her all to Scrappy. She put up with his drama, his family issues, and the constant rumors about his loyalty. Now she's left single, watching him build a new chapter with someone else, while her own pain plays out in public. And make no mistake, Scrappy's role in all of this cannot be ignored. While he wasn't directly involved in the fight, insiders say he's fully aware of the chaos his new relationship is causing. Some even claim he secretly enjoys the drama, as it keeps his name buzzing in headlines and social media. But others insist Scrappy is caught in the middle, torn between wanting to move forward and still being tied emotionally to the mother of his children. What's clear is this: Bambi's humiliation in that club wasn't just about fists and hair pulling. It was about pride, heartbreak, and the painful reality of watching someone you loved move on in the most public way possible. And now, with the world watching, the fallout is only beginning. Because in the aftermath of that fight, bigger questions remain. Will Bambi be able to recover from this public embarrassment? Will Scrappy's new girlfriend become a permanent fixture in his life, or is she just another chapter in his messy love saga? And most importantly, will this violent confrontation spark an even bigger feud that spills onto reality TV, family dynamics, and the Atlanta streets? One thing's for certain: this wasn't just a club fight. This was the opening act of a drama that's far from over. And for Bambi, the battle has only just begun. The fallout from Bambi's explosive nightclub fight didn't just end when security pulled the two women apart. In many ways, that was only the beginning. The moment those clips hit social media, the damage was done. Bambi, once seen as strong and unshakable, was now trending for all the wrong reasons. Hashtags like Bambi dragged and club fight ATL spread across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok like wildfire. What could have been dismissed as a heated altercation instantly became a viral humiliation, one that Bambi couldn't escape from even if she tried. For Bambi, the emotional toll was devastating. Insiders close to her revealed that she broke down after leaving the club, furious not only at Scrappy's new girlfriend, but also at herself. She reportedly said to friends, "I let her bait me. I let her win." Those words cut deep because Bambi has built a reputation as a woman who doesn't fold under pressure. And yet, that night, she was caught off guard, dragged into chaos, and left with her pride shattered in front of the world. The internet, of course, showed no mercy. Memes surfaced of Bambi being pulled across the floor, edited with mocking captions and sound effects. TikTok creators reenacted the fight in exaggerated parodies, racking up millions of views. Even blogs that once praised Bambi for her resilience were now headlining stories about her downfall. From queen to clowned, Bambi's rough night in Atlanta, one blog declared. The humiliation hit harder because Bambi has always tried to carry herself with dignity, even in the messiest of situations. On Love and Hip Hop, she often presented herself as someone above petty drama, someone who refused to be disrespected. But in the eyes of the public, all of that was undone in one violent moment. Meanwhile, Scrappy's new girlfriend seemed to revel in the attention. She posted cryptic Instagram stories the next morning with captions like, "Don't play with me," and "I said what I said." Fans instantly connected the dots, interpreting those posts as thinly veiled shots at Bambi. Whether intentional or not, the effect was the same. It poured gasoline on an already raging fire. Scrappy himself stayed unusually quiet in the immediate aftermath, which only fueled more speculation. Fans wanted to know, where did his loyalty stand? Was he silently supporting his new girlfriend? Or was he concerned about Bambi, the mother of his children? His silence was interpreted as indifference by many, and the backlash against him grew louder. Scrappy created this whole mess, and now he's acting like it's not his problem, one fan tweeted. Behind closed doors, however, the situation was more complicated. Sources close to Scrappy revealed that he was torn. On one hand, he didn't want to abandon his new girlfriend, who was clearly riding high on the win from the fight. On the other hand, he knew Bambi's humiliation was a dangerous situation, not just for her, but for their children who would inevitably hear whispers about their mother's public embarrassment. The pressure was building, and Scrappy knew eventually he'd have to speak. While the fight itself was dramatic, the aftermath quickly became about more than just Bambi versus Scrappy's new girlfriend. It became a public referendum on Bambi's entire legacy within the Love and Hip Hop franchise. Was she truly the composed, level-headed woman she tried to portray? Or was this incident proof that beneath the surface she was just as messy as the rest? Fans split into two camps. Some defended her fiercely, arguing that anyone in her shoes would have reacted the same way. They pointed out that she had endured years of disrespect during her marriage to Scrappy, rumors of cheating, clashes with his family, and constant questions about his loyalty. Seeing his new girlfriend flaunt herself in front of her at the club was the final straw, they argued. "Bambi is human! Y'all act like she's supposed to be a robot," one supporter commented. But others weren't so forgiving. They saw the fight as a desperate attempt to cling to relevance. "She's not on the show anymore. She's not with Scrappy anymore. This is the only way she can stay in the headlines," critics claimed. For them, Bambi's humiliation wasn't just a mistake. It was a symbol of her downfall, proof that her time in the spotlight was officially over. Adding to the drama, old clips of Bambi resurfaced online, scenes where she called out other women for fighting over men, scenes where she swore she would never stoop to that level. Fans reposted those clips alongside the leaked fight footage, calling her a hypocrite. The narrative was spinning further out of her control. Privately, Bambi is said to be weighing her options. Some insiders suggest she's considering a tell-all interview to reclaim the narrative, while others say she wants to avoid the spotlight altogether until the noise dies down. But one thing is certain. This incident has left a permanent mark on her reputation. No matter what she does next, people will always remember the night she was dragged across that club floor. And yet, while Bambi struggles with the humiliation, Scrappy's new girlfriend seems to be thriving in the chaos. Her follower count skyrocketed overnight, with fans either praising her toughness or watching her just to keep up with the drama. Some are already speculating that she might join the next season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, bringing even more fire to the franchise. If that happens, Bambi's nightmare could get even worse, because not only would she have lost her man, but the woman who humiliated her would now be stepping into the spotlight she once dominated. But what about Scrappy? Himself? The silence can't last forever. The world wants answers, and eventually, he'll have to choose between protecting the mother of his kids and standing by his new girlfriend. And whichever choice he makes, the backlash will be severe. If he defends Bambi, he risks alienating his new relationship. If he sides with his new girlfriend, he'll face even harsher criticism for abandoning the woman who gave him years of loyalty and children. For now, the only certainty is uncertainty. Bambi's humiliation has become the talk of Atlanta, the fight replayed endlessly on phones, blogs, and YouTube recaps. And with the drama far from over, fans are already bracing for what comes next. Because in a world where love, pride, and fame collide, one fight is never really the end. It's only the beginning of a much bigger war. In the days following the chaotic club brawl, the question on everyone's lips was simple. How would Lil Scrappy respond? His silence after the fight only intensified the drama, leaving fans speculating about his loyalty, his role in the feud, and whether he secretly condoned the chaos that unfolded between his ex-wife and his new girlfriend. For a man who built his brand on being outspoken and unfiltered, his refusal to comment was deafening. When Scrappy finally broke the silence, it wasn't with a press conference or a reality TV confession. It was through a cryptic Instagram post. A black and white photo of himself staring into the distance, captioned with just 3 words, "It's up now." That was all it took to reignite the firestorm. Fans dissected the caption like it was a coded message. Was he siding with his new girlfriend? Was it a threat to Bambi? Or was he simply leaning into the attention, knowing controversy keeps his name trending? The ambiguity worked in his favor. The post went viral, pulling even more attention into the saga. But behind the scenes, sources claimed Scrappy was facing intense pressure. His family was reportedly furious about the fight, especially his mother, Mama D, who has never been shy about her opinions when it comes to Scrappy's love life. While some insiders say she defended Bambi and felt Scrappy's new girlfriend disrespected her, others claim she's fully behind Scrappy's new relationship, even encouraging him to move forward with the new woman. As usual, Mama D's involvement only made the situation messier. Fans speculated about her loyalty and whether she'd publicly weigh in. Because if Mama D chose sides, the narrative would shift immediately. She's a force of nature in Scrappy's life, and her stamp of approval, or disapproval, can either elevate or destroy a woman's standing in his world. For Bambi, who clashed with Mama D countless times during her marriage, this was a nightmare scenario. Meanwhile, industry gossip exploded. Club promoters, music blogs, and reality TV insiders all jumped into the conversation. Promoters worried about booking Bambi for appearances, fearing her name now carried too much baggage. Gossip blogs speculated about whether VH1 would capitalize on the moment, teasing the possibility of Bambi and Scrappy's new girlfriend facing off in a future Love and Hip Hop Atlanta season. One insider claimed producers were foaming at the mouth to secure contracts and film a sit-down with all three parties, Bambi, Scrappy, and the new girlfriend. If true, it would be one of the most explosive episodes in franchise history. But at the center of all the noise was Bambi, grappling with the aftermath of humiliation. Friends say she oscillated between anger and regret, angry at the disrespect she endured, but regretful that she allowed herself to get pulled into the fight in the first place. She knows the footage will follow her forever, one friend confided. She feels like no matter what she does now, people won't forget that night. And yet, Bambi isn't one to stay down for long. Rumors suggest she's already plotting her comeback, with discussions about launching new business ventures and potentially returning to television on her own terms. The humiliation may have hurt her pride, but it also reignited her determination to reclaim her narrative. If anyone can flip a scandal into an opportunity, it's Bambi. Scrappy's new girlfriend, on the other hand, was basking in the spotlight. Her follower count doubled in less than a week, and her name began trending alongside Scrappy's in headlines. For someone who was previously unknown outside Atlanta circles, the fight catapulted her into celebrity status almost overnight. Some critics dismissed her as a clout chaser, saying she picked the fight intentionally to gain attention. Others argued she simply defended herself against Bambi's aggression. Either way, she won in the court of public perception, and for now, that's all that mattered. The dynamics between Scrappy, Bambi, and the new girlfriend have set the stage for what could be the next great reality TV storyline. Fans are already demanding a reunion special, begging producers to put the three of them in the same room and let the fireworks explode on camera. The idea of watching Bambi confront Scrappy's new girlfriend under the bright lights of VH1 feels inevitable. After all, reality TV has always thrived on messy love triangles, and this one has everything: betrayal, heartbreak, violence, and public humiliation. But beyond the entertainment value, there's a deeper question. What does this fight mean for Bambi and Scrappy's legacy? For years, they were one of the central couples of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Fans watched them fall in love, get married, have children, and fight through every obstacle imaginable. Their story was messy, but it was real. And now, that legacy risks being overshadowed by one viral moment. Instead of being remembered for their journey, they could be remembered for their downfall. Scrappy's silence and his cryptic Instagram posts only make the situation worse. To many, it looks like he's refusing to take accountability, hiding behind vague captions while the women in his life destroy each other in public. Fans are calling him out directly, with comments like, "Scrappy, you created this mess. Step up and handle it." Others accuse him of deliberately pitting the two women against each other to keep himself at the center of attention. Whether or not that's true, the perception alone has damaged his reputation. As the weeks drag on, one thing becomes clear. This isn't just a scandal. It's a cultural moment. Hip-hop fans, reality TV audiences, and social media users alike are all locked into the story, dissecting every new development. The nightclub fight wasn't the end. It was the spark that ignited a larger conversation about pride, heartbreak, and the cost of staying tied to toxic relationships. For Bambi, the road forward won't be easy. She'll have to rebuild her image, prove that she's more than the woman dragged across a club floor, and reclaim the respect she once commanded. For Scrappy's new girlfriend, the challenge will be longevity. Viral fame is temporary. Can she turn this moment into a sustainable career, or will she fade into obscurity once the hype dies down? And for Scrappy himself, the challenge is accountability. At some point, he'll need to step up, take control of the narrative, and make a decision about how he wants to be remembered. As a man who let drama define him, or as someone who rose above it. One thing is for certain. The story of Bambi, Scrappy, and the new girlfriend is far from over. The fight may be over, but the war is just beginning. And as long as the cameras are rolling and the fans are watching, every move they make will be magnified, dissected, and judged by millions. Because in Atlanta's nightlife, in hip-hop culture, and in the world of reality television, humiliation isn't the end. It's often the beginning of a whole new chapter. Wow, what a wild ride this has been. From the shocking club brawl to the messy fallout that's got everyone talking, this story proves once again why the world of love and hip-hop never sleeps. But now it's your turn. What do you think about everything that went down? Was Bambi set up to fail, or did she let her emotions get the best of her? Do you think Scrappy's new girlfriend crossed the line by dragging Bambi in public, or is she just claiming her territory in the most brutal way possible? And here's the real question. Should Scrappy himself be held accountable for letting the women in his life go to war like this while he hides behind cryptic posts? I want to hear your thoughts. Drop your comments below because, trust me, this debate is just getting started. And while you're here, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss the next update. You already know, we bring you the drama first, raw and unfiltered, straight from the sources. And believe me, this is far from over. More footage, more reactions, and possibly even a showdown on reality TV are on the horizon. You do not want to miss what happens next, so stay locked in. Because if you thought this fight was messy, the next chapter is about to take things to a whole new level.